We rolling? We're rolling on one. Good stuff. Well, firstly, thank you very much for coming to the 5th Landlord Farming Conference. It's quite humbling to see all my clients here today. I hope you enjoy it and get a lot of value from it. In terms of what we hope to achieve today, I'll get my dipper. Hold on, there we go. We have got such awesome, in fact, I thought to myself, I'm not going to do any work because I'm a bit of a lazy swine. So I thought to myself, I'm going to get most of you lot to actually do the presentation to the rest of you. So we've got such stars as Luke St.Clair, who's going to talk about his Love Oadby campaign and how it's got it more business. We've got Paul Long, who is the king of Facebook advertising and targeting, and he's going to talk to you about that and give you some tips. We have got John Cottrell, who is my mentor and coach. He has changed my life. He's a right swine, but at the end of the day, he has made me accountable to myself, and I know he does work for a number of my clients in this room. If you need accountability, he's your man to talk to. He certainly has changed my business life and my personal life. We then have this lad from the north called John Paul. Some of you might know him, some of you might not, from Castledean. And he's going to talk to you about staff and how to motivate them. And I've asked him to talk about millennials because a few of us are having issues with how to motivate our millennials at the moment. Then we've got this chap called Matt Giggs, who's going to talk about what he's done in his business, and he's going to share some love with you. We've got Tesh, Patel, who's going to show you how to use Facebook for free to get your properties out there and get them sold. And then you've got me as well, and I'm going to talk about a few things, but you won't hear that much from me today. Hopefully, lunch is at 1 o'clock. We should be finished for about 4:30. There is no fire alarms, but if you do hear the fire alarm, run like hell outside and stay in the car park. And we'll touch, yeah, don't run like hell, just run nicely. Be good children. And tonight, of those that are stopping, we'll go for a meal and get drunk and have some lemonades. Okay. Everyone who's on stage today does sell something, but on the strict understanding, they're only here as long as they don't try and sell anything. So we're not going to be selling anything. However, all of them do offer services, and I'm sure if you want to touch base with them afterwards, you can do. What I'd like to start with for the first 5 minutes is just to touch base with the basics of landlord farming. So get your pens and papers out. Because what I have noticed is, again, all of you are my clients, so I don't need to sell the landlord farming concept to you. But what I do need to do is remind you of the basics. And if there's one thing that I want to talk to you about is these things before we move on and talk to Luke. If you go to the Landlord Farming Facebook group, there is a tagged post at the top in the announcements, and there's 5 videos. It's called the 5 Basics videos. But the fundamental core of landlord farming is, number 1, post your article on your blog, which again seems pretty basic, but some of you are still not doing that. And when you do post it, go hell for leather on social media. Don't just post it once, post it a number of times. Another big tip is recycle old articles. So when you publish your first article, you should be posting it on the same day of the week. So if that's a Wednesday, go for hell for leather on a Wednesday and a Thursday with your new article. But the rest of the week, drip feed out old articles because their shelf life, they are pretty evergreen. In terms of the social media platforms that you should be posting on, you can have your own personal opinion, but the fundamental fact is that the two main social media platforms that actually work are Facebook and LinkedIn, okay? In terms of attracting new landlords and new vendors. And that's not to say that Instagram doesn't have its place, especially if you're trying to sell properties and you've got a great property. But I'm talking about attracting new landlords in and new vendors in. The biggest thing that you can do to get people to click on your article is to use road sign photographs. I cannot stress the importance of that. If you will double the number of people clicking on your articles if you take a photograph of your town when you're flicking through. We're all guilty of it. Flicky Flicky on Facebook, Flicky Flicky on going through our streams. And our job is to get people to stop when they're thumbing through their newsfeed. And you can put nice photographs of your town, and you can put a little name of the name of the town in the corner. But there is nothing more important than having a road sign with the name, in my case, I live in Grantham, the word Grantham. That will stop people dead, and they go, what's that? So if there is one thing that you take from today is please, to go and take your cameras and your mobile phones out and take a photograph of the name of your town in many, many locations. Just the town. Road signs. Walk down your high street. You'll be amazed all the banks have the word of the town on bits of metal. Railway signs, the library. Just take the town. And if you are taking a photograph of it, please crop it so it zooms in on your town. And take at least 20 of them. The reason I say that is this. You could post the same article 5 times over a period of 5 days with 5 different photographs, but it's the same article. It looks like 5 different articles. And just recycle the photographs. That is the big win that gets engagement, because we all know the articles work. It's how do you get people to read them. There are other tips on the Facebook group. Please watch those videos. And again, if you need some more advanced help, for God's sake, pick the phone up to me. Okay? That's what I'm here for. None of you use and abuse me enough. I'm not just here to write your articles. I'm here to guide and support you in the use of landlord farming. And if you don't pick up the phone to me, more for you, because that's what you're paying for. Finally, buy-to-let deals. This is the glue. You see, if you just keep chucking out the articles all the time, people will lap it up like Billio, and they will think you are the best thing since sliced bread. However, it's not going to make landlords break radio silence and talk to you. And those landlord farmers that are the more at the successful end of the scale are the ones that not only put the articles out, but do great buy-to-let deals. And when I say buy-to-let deals, they cannot all be on the market with you. They have to be on the market with a competitor. And that still screws up an awful lot of people's heads. You're asking me to sell another agent's property. No, I'm not. All I'm asking you to say is stand outside a house and say, I think you should buy this property. It's simply the very best buy-to-let deal. It's on the market with Connells. Get it bought. And I'm going to tell you here and now, those that do that, either in the written format or who do it in the video format, and the very best person that does that is Emma, who's from Chelmsford. Stand up, Emma. Where are you? There you go. If you want to know how to do it, follow Emma. She does it absolutely fantastically. So, those are your really, really quick wins. If there's any questions on any of those in terms of posting, how to do buy-to-let deals, please just give me a shout. That's what you pay me for. Pick the phone up to me and we can talk. So, first on, I'd like to invite Luke St.Clair up to the stage. Big round of applause in a landlord farm style.